So it's finally happened. We finally got an update to the stylus with the Moto G Stylus. And this time around, the stylus even has its own internal battery, giving us way more abilities compared to before. In this video, I want to give you a beginner's guide showing you all the various features with this new stylus and how you can use it if you end up buying your own Moto G Stylus 2026. So let's get started. So this is the Motorola Moto G Stylus 2026. Now this series of phones from Motorola has been super popular and for a really good reason. The device overall packs in some really good features and really isn't too expensive either, so for a lot of people, a phone like this one does make a lot of sense. And then having that built-in stylus is a really wonderful signature feature, and it really gives you a lot of different abilities and things you can do. Of course, at a bare minimum, you can use the stylus to sign documents, you can use it to write notes, and different things like that. But there's many more things you can do with it as well, and I'm looking forward to showing you all of that here in this video. Now the first thing is, when you take the stylus out of the phone, you'll see that we now have this brand new pop-up here, and this is called the toolbar. So in the toolbar, we have a couple of different things. First thing is, if you want to move this around, just grab onto it and move it. And by the way, with this new stylus this time around, the G Stylus 2026, because it does have a battery inside and it is powered on its own, you can actually see that there's like a little cursor when you are floating the stylus over the phone's display. Now the stylus can't be too far away from the display, it does have to be pretty close overall. And you can see too that even when I'm hovering over the icons here, it does recognize that. Now even though the stylus has been upgraded for this generation, it does still lack Bluetooth, but we also don't have Bluetooth with the stylus in the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and Samsung actually stopped offering that feature with the S25 Ultra. But when Samsung did offer Bluetooth in their stylus, it did actually have the feature where you could basically tap a button and then use your stylus to control the camera on your phone. So that feature was really nice, but Samsung no longer offers that, and even though Motorola did make an upgrade here with the stylus, it also doesn't offer that either. So I'm not totally surprised by that, but just know that you can't tap a button on your stylus and control your camera or control anything else on the device. Now cosmetically, there are a few differences. The first difference is that we're getting a new pen tip here on the stylus. Basically with that, we're getting a lot more control and accuracy, which is nice. We're also getting two charging pins on the end of the stylus here, and that allows the stylus then to charge. And when you're in the settings here, it does show you the actual battery percentage left in the stylus. And then finally, we do have, for the first time ever, a button on the actual stylus with a G Stylus device. Now this button serves two functionalities. You can long press it or single press it. And by the way, to get to these settings, you have to go to the toolbar, and then from the toolbar, go to settings right there. And then from there, you can see all the various settings. But from here, you can actually control what this button does. So if you go to pen controls, you'll see that there are options for single pressing and then long pressing. So you cannot customize the single press. The single press does simply just open up the toolbar. So the toolbar is sometimes hidden here. So also keep in mind, to use this button, the stylus does have to be pretty close enough that you can see the cursor. But I'm gonna single press right now, and that pulls up the toolbar. And then going back over to here, you can see for long pressing, at least by default, it is set to pull up the annotate mode. So we'll try that. So I'm going to long press, and that pulled up annotate. Basically with annotate, it takes a screenshot, and then from there, you can use the pen, you can pick whatever colors you want, or use the eraser if you want to erase something, but you can add various notes on top of a screenshot, and then from there you have options to share it. You can also crop, save, or just exit and delete it. Now going back over here to the pen controls, you can actually change what the long pressing does. You can change it so that you can create a new note, hover to magnify, or circle to search. Now going back to this toolbar, there are several options here. These are the default options. You can also customize this, and I'll be showing you that in a second. But the options are annotate, which I already showed you, new note, there's add a note, and then also hover to magnify. So tapping on new note simply brings up a new note, which makes a lot of sense. And what's cool is that with the stylus then you can actually just start writing, and then from there it'll be typing for you. So I'm gonna write my name, and then you can see it put it right up there in the text box. Now there's some other options here as well. I also recommend going over to the Try Handwriting demo. It gives you a full tutorial on the various handwriting things you can do related to the stylus. Now another option here is add to note, but this doesn't make a lot of sense because when I tap on it, it says highlight content to add a note, which is a great reminder. but I can literally just do that anyway. So I'm going to highlight this content, and then from there there's an option add to note. So I can do that, I can add it to an existing note or create a new note, and then now that information has been pasted there into the note. So I'm not sure if that's really worthy of even having here in the toolbar. And then the final option here is hover to magnify. So if you tap on that, basically you can just hover the stylus and it does magnify things, which is helpful. Definitely if something's really small or hard to read. Maybe you're in an app and there's an image where the app doesn't allow you to actually zoom in on the image. You can just use this tool instead. So I can definitely see where that could come in handy. But what's cool though is that you can actually customize this. So if you go to the settings and then you go to toolbar, you can see that we do have those 4 there. And then, yeah, you are stuck with just 4. So if you want to add anything else here, you do have to remove some of the other options from the toolbar. I'm not sure why they give us that limitation. I feel like you should be able to add as many as you want, and maybe it would just get larger in general with the toolbar. But for this demonstration here, I will be removing some items, and then I'm going to add in sketch to image, which is actually a new feature here with the device. So let me show you how that one works. There is also screen record, and then you also have the ability to add any app installed on your phone into that toolbar. Let me just remove annotate right now and add in screen record just to show you screen record. But with screen record, you have options for recording your audio, camera, various touch points, and then from there you just tap on record. This isn't really a stylus specific feature, but it's nice that you can easily access it there through that area. And then from there, once you stop it, you then get a screen record video. So that's great for tutorials or really whatever you want to use it for. So that's definitely nice. I'm not sure if it really needs to be there in this toolbar, but this one though, I'll show you this right now, sketch to image. So if you go there, it'll pull up sketch to image. And this is kind of strange. So I had to sign in with my Motorola account, which is fine, but they only give you 5 image credits. So you can generate 5 images and then your credits will reset at a certain time of the day. And I feel like in this day and age, it's very easy to find other places to generate images where you can do it much more unlimited. Maybe not absolutely unlimited, but more than 5. Maybe give us like 25, but that is a limitation there. So just letting you know. But I'll go to continue. And then what's cool too is within this sketch to image, there's options for the type of image or style of image. I'm going to stick with watercolor for this example, and then I'm going to sketch the image right now. I'm not much of an artist, but that's probably why it creates the image for me. I'll create the sun. Maybe it'll figure that out. And then maybe some grass here. I'll go to generate. And then now it's generating. So definitely a cool feature to have. It's just that there's so many different platforms and websites where you can generate images. And that's interesting. So it put the sun in the middle of the tree. That's kind of cool, I suppose. Not quite what I was going for, but that is an example of a generated image. And another example on that note of limitations, or that 5 image limitation. Samsung doesn't give you limits like that. Now, those are with more expensive smartphones from the company, but still, they don't give you a limit, and especially for something like this that really isn't even that complex of a feature, nowadays, at least by today's standards. I'm not sure why that limit exists. So that is sketch to image, and definitely using the stylus for that feature is a game changer, because it's much more difficult to draw with my finger in comparison to the stylus. But heading back over to the settings here, let's see what else there is. So I did show you pen controls. However, let's customize this long press option. So I already showed you new note, hover to magnify, annotate, but also circle to search, which has been around for several years at this point. But I think using a stylus for circle to search is a whole new way really to use this feature. So let's give that a try. So I'm going to pick circle to search there, which I did, and then I'm going to hold down. Let me pull up a website. I guess I'll just pull up this article here. I'm going to hold down. Now we're in circle to search. I'm going to circle that panda, and then now it is searching for it here. So that's really convenient, a nice way to get to circle to search just by long pressing on that button. But keep in mind, if you want to do that, you do have to make that customization here in the settings. Now also, when pen is removed, you can choose if you want it to open up your notes or open up the pen toolbar. So going here, basically when the phone is locked, and you pull out the pen, it does open up your notes. You can also have it open up Keep Notes, which is another notes app, but let's give this a try. I'm going to put the pen back in the phone, remove it, and there we go. It pulled up the notes. So from there, I can draw or really do whatever I want with the pen. Also in the settings here, we've got some preferences. So these are all enabled by default. And then there's out of case reminders. So if the stylus is out of the case or out of here for a certain duration of time, so 10 minutes by default, it will give you a reminder. Now, if you find that being annoying, you can set it to a day if you want to. There's also last known location that's not enabled by default, but if you enable that, it will keep track of the last time and location the pen was active. And then you can also go to tutorial and then get started. And then it gives you a little bit of a tutorial here. But that's pretty much everything here with the new and improved stylus with the Moto G Stylus 2026. Now, obviously, you can just use the stylus for general navigation on your device. And there's plenty of third-party applications in the Google Play Store that are stylus friendly. So I would definitely recommend exploring that. And that's really where you're going to bring out the most abilities for this stylus, because there's just hundreds or thousands of apps available that a stylus can be used in. So definitely take a look at that and see what you can do. But this concludes my video on the stylus beginner's guide for the Motorola Moto G Stylus 2026. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. This is Kevin here, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.